Hey everybody, this is Destruction and welcome to Xenominer. Gonna do a quick walkthrough on the game and try to touch bases with everything that came out on the new 1.30 update that just came out the other day. And when that came out, I started this map, and as you know, I've got some other maps going on, but I started a brand new map and been working really hard at getting some kind of concepts done on some things that they introduced in the new update. So we're going to go ahead and go over a few things. And the first thing I want to go over is a good old-time favorite, the gravity boots. And really quick, I'm going to show you down here on the bottom. We have a hotbar that's left of the big hotbar on the bottom down there on the new HUD. As you can see, the HUD, there's the radar. I'm sorry about the red dots. I just have a ton of lights and a ton of builds going on and switches and whatnot. So as you can see, I have a red square around those three items, the chest piece, the shoes, and the helmet. And we're going to go ahead and look at my gear really quick. We all know that I like to mine a lot, and I upgrade my gear. And like I said, this is a new map, and as you can see, I've got all of, from what I understand, should be the top gear, except for one battery. So even my solar panel, my relay, and my storage, as you can see over here, they have that red glow, so you know that they're the top ones. And you know, it took a lot of work. So we're going to go ahead and show some of this gear, and they have new features. And one of them you saw was just how I scrolled up and down on that left mini bar down there. So when there's a red like little line sliver around the icon, that means it's off. So when I put it to the shoes, the gravity boots, I press B and it turns them on. It turns blue. So I'm going to walk up to here, and I'm actually going to flip the world upside down, and as you can see, you know, now the ground is the roof. So we're going to go back to this real quick, and just like everybody knows, you can turn them off, and what happens is they'll just flip you over. Alright, so I turn them on, I walk up the wall, and if I was to fall very far, like maybe you had some crash foam down below, we'll get over onto that in a minute. But yeah, those are the gravity boots, and that's how you turn them on and off. Remember, red is off and the blue is on. So we're going to turn them off, and we're going to go move on to the helmet. Now I'm going to use the D-pad to scroll up and down on that mini hotbar right there. So now that I got the helmet, I'm going to turn it on, and something I kind of always wanted since the beginning of the game was a zoom feature on the helmet. And as you can see on the HUD, we're going to go ahead and zoom in 3 times with the dock. Now I believe I've tested out the first helmet you start off with. I believe it has a 1 zoom. And the dock has triple zoom. So that's another new feature that they added in the 1.30 update. So I'm really liking that. And another feature that I can't tell you how fun this new feature is. That's the new feature of the chest piece. Instead of just blocking radiation, I mean, I can use my RJ45. You can see my oxygen burning up, but it basically purges the oxygen. It kind of explains it to you. Daisy explains it to you kind of in the beginning. So you kind of fill that up, and you can pretty much, as long as you got oxygen in your tanks, you can fly. You can traverse large distances a lot easier. I've already done it and went out and got a ton of Endurium. I think I mined over 1,000 low-grade Endurium yesterday. So right down there is the crash site, and I'm going to go over the crash foam real quick. Everybody knows when you crash, you start by the crash foam, and I've dug everything up down there and left some crash foam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my thruster off, and I'm just going to fall straight to the bottom. And as you can see, I don't take any damage because of the crash foam. So remember, when you spawn, always grab a couple chunks of this. It's always good for quick ways down, or you can do, I have another video where you put panels sideways and you walk up the wall and you fall off the side, and basically you can fall the crash foam and keep falling the crash foam along the horizon. And it's pretty cool. It's on one of my other videos, so check it out. But we're going to keep getting into some of this gear and some of this stuff that's really fun. As you can see, I'm going to use the jetpack. I'm going to look down onto the crash site. Now if you hold it down, you're going to be slamming into the surface, so it's going to kind of bounce a little bit. But if you see, if you kind of don't hold it and run into the ceiling, it's a lot smoother. So if you just sit there and hold it, of course it's going to, you know, do the little jiggle that it's doing, because you're just basically thrusting your body and helmet into the ceiling of the sky, the limit. So made a little platform up here, just so you can kind of get a look at the horizon. I didn't put a seed in that spawned me by any like light sources that I could farm. They're all underground. I had to travel far to get the white lights and whatnot. But yeah, so there's a good view of the helmet, the new upgraded chest piece, and upgraded, you know, all of the upgraded gear basically in version 1.30. You can see my red solar panel, and I'm going to go down here in my base and go over a quick few things for fun, and to show some more things that came out in this update. So there's a door. We're going to go down. We're going to go ahead and shut this door. It's made of glass, so it's kind of out of the way up there. And just kind of show another one. And we're going to go over a few door concepts in this video. But as you can see, I've just been setting up a base, finding excess diamonds and whatnot, so that, you know, designing a server room, going out and hunting down Endurium and white lights. But as you can see, I've got 10 of the threadless AI processing cores and basically 1200 processing power. Now everybody knows when, or if you're new, you know, you gotta, you know, just go over the basic. When you want to upgrade something, you need a higher processing power. In order to get higher processing power, you might need to go out and farm ore. Okay. Once you get ore, you can upgrade it, and you might need other material like the light basalt or regolith to make other things. But once you get these materials and you go out and you mine, you have basically on your centriforge a cost. And if you see over there, to make a switch, I need one of one and one of those. So basically, in order to make 2 switches, it would cost me 2 steel bars and 2 FUBs. So I'm going to go ahead and make those. So that's how it would be for anything. You might not have all of this stuff available when you start, because your processing power will be low. But keep grinding at it, and you can get your processing power up, and you can go ahead and start upgrading and creating all of the new stuff that came out on this update. And some of that stuff is, let me switch over, we got some clear glass and some cloudy glass. We've seen that. You got the good old original blocks. So they did come out with a couple new blocks, not just the glass, but the doors as well. And then you have all the new features on the gear that I went over with. And you know, speaking of gear, one of the things that's new on this update is, as you can see up on the top, it says create and left bumper, right bumper. So what I'm going to do is down on the bottom it says repair/reclaim. So if I press the left trigger this time, it's going to bring up a list of stuff that's damaged, and you can see down there my radiation resistance is 28.5. Now I need 1 titanium bar to fix it. Alright, so you need to have materials to fix your gear that gets hurt when you kind of slam into the ground and stuff, so or get exposed to radiation. So the dock, I need to upgrade it. Now it has its full radiation resistance. The watchtower suit needs 1 titanium bar. So as you can see, you now have to repair your stuff. And if I back out and I go back in and I press the left trigger, you'll see that I have nothing I need to repair. Now there's also a reclaim feature. Like if I make some stuff and I don't want to use it later, I want to break it back down into some of its original components, I can go ahead and do that. Now I press the A, before I press the A button to repair an item, and when you're on reclaim, you're going to press X to reclaim it. So let's see here. I'm going to reclaim. Are you sure you want to reclaim white light? Yes. I'm going to go ahead and reclaim that. So it's going to go ahead and put those materials into my inventory. Alright, so that's what reclaim does. Let's go ahead and do another item real quick. We'll go over here and let's break down one of these. So I'm going to press X. Are you sure you want to reclaim? Yes. Alright, so I reclaimed that, and I believe they are now been reclaimed. So I've gone ahead and showed how you repair your gear, and went over a showing of the listing of stuff that is in the Centriforge and showing you my server room. So as you see, I've kind of had a little fun up here, and I'm also going to show an example of the ores. I'm going to turn my headlamp on. So these are the ores. This is what the ore looks like. As you can see, this is the gold ore, this is the copper ore, this is silicone, that's the titanium ore now, and iron, and then you have diamonds. And as you can see, the light basalt behind me, or behind the ore, it blends in. It's got a good natural flow to it, and you know, some people are saying they can't find copper, or they're having a hard time finding something else, but it blends in. So you know, use your headlamp and look around and take your time. And one of my secrets is, like I've always told you, I branch mine, and as you can see, every 2 blocks I've set my bot to go so far, and I would just walk these tunnels and look around, and I would find a lot of ore. That's how I just do it. Why I'm thinking of ideas or building my little server room, my bot is over here branch mining. So, you know, speaking of bot, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put him down real quick right there. As you can see, we'll go to the tunnel and go to edit. That's the original tunnel program that the developers put in, excuse me. And you can see they use a macro, and we'll go in and see what that macro is. And I used that idea to go ahead and take this branch mine, and I went in, and as you can see, this, and I know I have had other people that have been playing Xenominer that are very helpful, telling me that you can put a macro within a macro. So I'm not going to go to that extent, but you can see that's just one of those slashes is five of those settings. So every slash, so it's going to go about 100 blocks. So go ahead and make your bot do some work for you. Okay, you could probably get it to look at the tower program and get it to build something. On my other map, I have it built to build a 64 by 64 block platform. So, you know, branch mining is a good way to get that ore. Okay, so if you're strip mining, you know, maybe take a break out to get that bot to go over and do some branch mining. So, alright, now we're going to go downstairs, and we're going to just kind of show a little bit of the stuff that I've been working on. There's the stairs. Alright, so I'm just kind of going to go over a out loud verbal checklist. I've gone over the functionality of the gear. I've gone over the fact that you should have, let's do this, some nanotech meds and some nanotech rads always on you, just to keep you healed and radiation down. You know, you got to repair your gear now. So if I was to fly away up there and come crashing down, I wouldn't just have to heal myself now. I actually have to go in and repair my gear through the Centriforge. And here's some door concepts. As you can see, that just kind of slides that way, and we'll come in and we'll come down a nice, I don't know, I just got a kick out of building this. It's very simple, but it just feels like it has a lot of surface because of the way it sticks out diagonally when you're walking straight. I don't know, I liked it, and I hope you guys do too. And then here's another concept door. You know, it's just the one that kind of splits down the middle. Then you come in, you got a little workspace, and what I did is I designed a concept strip where I have some, basically a kind of idea fest going on. And so what we'll do here is we'll hit the switch, and you'll see the retractable stairs. So that's another good thing the doors are for. And we're going to go up here and hit this switch, and that lowers it into the ground. And as you can see, it doesn't open from left to right or right to left or anything. It sinks right down into the ground. And then we all know what this does, but we're going to go ahead and show you. See, it's just a platform with the doors. These are the ones that work. I put that over there just to make it match. And then I close the door, and then I hit my my switch, and then boom, there's 9 gravity lifts down there. And you can see I just put a little light squares in there just to give it a feeling of, you know, when you zipped up there, it had some festive, you know, look to it. And then we're going to go in here and go on to another door panel usage. I'm going to turn my light off for this. As you can see, it's really dark, and I'm going to hit the switch. It's closing the door. I actually want it open, so this switch is highlighted, and I'm going to turn on the lights. Hit the switch, and you can use it as a light switch. And what I did is I made a nice spiral design down kind of a narrow tunnel so people could see, and it's just a glass panel. with an opening down there, because the door pulls the door piece back and then it opens up the light. So, you know, you can turn on my headlamp here and we'll close it, and you can see it's just the door panels underneath the glass, and then, you know, the conduit is all making contact with each other, so just one switch and boom, turn that off. Alright, I know sometimes when I do that on camera it kind of blurs it out a little bit, so we'll just leave that on. As you can see, nice light switch. Close the door, walk down this really dark tunnel, and just want to say a quick thank you to Gristmill Studios. Quick thank you to everybody that watches my videos. I just have a blast doing this. The game is so addicting. I just can't stop having fun. And I even went out, and when I gathered the cyan crystals, I thought it made a good looking kind of like waterfall flow, you know, as far as crystal blocks are concerned. So it's kind of flowing out of the wall, and then I thought, hey, why not make some low-grade Endurium or mushrooms, you know, just to kind of make like a little nature biome. And yeah, you can see I even use some high-grade Endurium down here to kind of make this mushroom stand out a little different. And you can see the stalk and the top have a little pattern, like a speckled mushroom. But yeah, I just had a lot of fun showing all these ideas. I just wanted to put this video out, so I had a walkthrough video out, pretty much that covered all of the bases on this new patch that came out, this new update, where everything is just new texture, new doors, a couple new blocks, you know, the switches, and just being able to make hatches and all kinds of new stuff. I can tell you guys this much: I'm having a lot of fun. I'm having a blast, and you know, just can't get enough of this. So I'm gonna use the jetpack when I go across my little zen area. Take a look. You can kind of see it's just kind of like a waterfall that goes down with some mushrooms. And we're gonna go ahead and end the video here pretty soon. I just, like I said, just kind of going down the checklist of everything. Showed the ore, showed my processing power, showed some grav lifts, and anybody who hasn't got this game, who's just kind of looking at this video, who's thinking, man, you know, that looks like it could be fun. Let me tell you, it is. It's amazingly fun. It's awesome. I have a great time, and I know they're going to be working hard to put out some more stuff, and they're even working hard on multiplayer coming out, you know, in the near future. So just once again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Gristmill Studios. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. We're going to go ahead and end it. Let's see here. Did the Centriforge, you've seen all my gear, did the jetpack, did the helmet, did the gravity boot, showed the robot. Alright, showed the doors. I'm sure you guys out there have some really sweet ideas for the doors, where, you know, you're going to have some massive builds going on. And I can't wait to see them. Yeah, if I don't respond right away, you know, on comments, or I'm not on the forums that much, it's because I'm on here playing. I can't put it down to look at something else. It's hard enough to do these videos sometimes because I just really want to play and mine and get stuff built. So when I go through my world, I just have a blast. So stay tuned for more videos, and thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Gristmill Studios. Keep up the good work. Thank you for grinding through the holidays to get this update out, and get your Xenominer on.